What's been the trickiest or maybe the most complicated transaction that you've had?
Ooh, that's
And you don't
a
have to
great
mention
question.
names, but just like the scenario of moving pieces, just to show the viewers like exactly what you're doing and how you're dealing with it.
Certainly. So no one transaction comes to mind. All of mine have a lot of complicated pieces. I'm working with first-time home buyers in a very competitive market. So a lot of buyers will come to me and say, I don't have 20% down. I can't compete with cash. And I say, yes, we can. We just have to strategically structure your offer. So I think that's definitely been the trickiest piece, right? I'm up against 20% offers, conventional offers, cash offers, and I have 3.5% down FHA buyers, right? That's a challenge. We know this in this market.
Feeling pain.
There we go. So how can I get them the home above these conventional buyers or cash buyers? So I'm out in the field every day and I'm learning as we go along of, if our offer doesn't get chosen, I'm reaching out to that other agent. I'm saying, hey, you know, what was the difference here?
Yes.
Why did that offer went out against ours? And if they're able to provide that, that's knowledge right there that we need, and that helps me grow as an agent and also you as a buyer, right? Because
and even the backup could happen. They could fall out and they call, oh, that Brook was very nice. Let me call her. You've been around this area for a long time.
Certainly.
What's going on with the sea level?
So, you know, I'm not someone that's a scientist, so I don't really like to speak on it. I know some of the projects that are at hand to mitigate this issue there. So Bristol's not so much of an issue, except for where it touches Warren. Barrington has a larger issue at hand, similar to Warren. So like the Wampanoag Trail, for example, floods oftentimes. A lot of those homes require flood insurance right there. But in Warren specifically, so like you were saying, Market Street oftentimes floods. They're looking for a way right now to build up Medicom Ave, if you're familiar with that at all. So I've heard some plans about the Ocean State job lot that's there now, them redeveloping that into condos, mixed use with shopping. So I think they're trying to move a lot of that housing out of the way of where it's flooding currently and migrate this more central areas up to Medicom where they have, you know, less chance of flooding there. So.
And then I did a little digging and I found out that it floods, and that's why the guy's selling.
Certainly.
So
a lot of turnover of those properties in the last few years. So
interesting. So that's why I buy in Woonsocket.
Fair. There's trade-offs, right? So I did hire a showing assistant to help me so that she can be the one there, also to guide you, represent you, answer questions. So better serving my clients in that capacity now, and also hired a transaction coordinator to help on the back end of things too. So
rock on.
We're moving right along. Yes.
So what are you seeing there with folks that maybe have been in the market for a year or two now and are kind of getting dejected about, I can't buy what I want?
Right.
And they see all their friends that bought 2 years ago in these colonials and beautiful homes with payments that they would get for a fixer-upper.
Right.
How are you navigating those waters?
Okay, there's a lot of moving parts here. So first off, I still say that it costs my buyers if they wait. So a lot of people have gotten discouraged and they decide to sit it out, right? Maybe they'll have an offer or two rejected and they're like, I'm going to wait for rates to come down. Well, when rates come down, most likely prices will go up. So, you know, hedge your bets there.
Correct.
And there's also going to be more buyer competition. So I always like to say when we're looking at properties, think about budget, criteria, and location, and pick two that are most important to you.
Say that again, just so they remember.
Sure thing. So budget, location, and criteria, and pick the two that are most important to you, okay? So if you need a $500,000 house, that's 3 beds and 2 baths, you might need to be a little bit flexible on location. And there's also some very unique products being offered by banks. I just took advantage of one recently for myself. That got me a 4.75 interest rate, believe it or not. I'm sure you've never heard anything like that in your life.
In this year?
In this year.
Wow. Is it an ARM?
Greg, it is, yes. So unique products ARM, like Greg just said. So in 7 years.
Yep, it'll tick up.
Exactly.
You can refi
but
it.
I'm someone like you. I am betting that rates will go down certainly within the next 7 years. And at that point, I'll refinance. And I secured my property at the price that I wanted it for. So when those rates go up, go down rather, like we talked about earlier, prices will go up. So I got a lower price, took a little bit of a higher interest rate, well, lower for me, but in your case, a little bit higher because you're betting that you'll refinance when that comes down, right? So